Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is going to be my Pam That Palette 2015 update. So if you've been following along, I've been doing 3 palettes, and if you haven't, I will link my playlist down below. But yeah, I have 3 palettes, which I realize is a little crazy, but there's one I probably won't get to. But the first one is my Hourglass Ambient Lighting palette, and as you can see here, looks like I have made a huge dent, but really I just dropped it. And that's kind of why I decided to put it into this project. So it doesn't look too different. It's really kind of one of those products that's hard to tell a difference on. But I can tell that dim light seems a little bit more worn right here. It's a little bit flatter. Still not super flat though. It might be all in my head too. But I have been reaching for this more this month than I did last month. And then I still haven't been dipping into these 2 pans because I've been using the parts that broke off that I put in these little jars. So this one is Radiant Light, and this is the one I reach for the least. So it probably doesn't look very different at all. But I have been reaching for incandescent light a lot this month. Last month I kind of said that I don't wear highlighter on a daily basis, but I just find whenever I wear this, my skin just looks really great. So I have been reaching for it more and more, even on just a boring casual day. So this is how much I have left in the jar. It probably looks a little different than last month because there were some bigger chunks, but I found that they kept getting caught in my brush and then kind of falling on the ground. So what I did was I kind of just really mashed it up to be more of a powder consistency. So this is being used quite a bit, but I still have a ways to go, I think, before I use up this jar. But I'm really anxious to get working on the palette, so I'm going to continue to reach for this this month. And then my second palette is this Urban Decay Pulp Fiction palette. And this is what I'm going to use once I use up some of the shades that look like this in the Lorac Pro. So when I use up kind of cream and white, I'll be reaching for Righteous and Anger. And then when I use up light brown, or not light brown, taupe, I'll be reaching for Tyranny. And I don't know if I'll ever get to Vengeance this year because I have Espresso, but if I ever use that up and I need it, I will be reaching for this. And then this is my Lorac Pro, so I'm sure this is what everyone really wants to see. So I will be inserting pictures from last month if you, because I'm sure you can't remember what it looked like, but I hadn't hit pan on any of the shades last month. So I have some exciting news though, so let's get to it. Here we go. So as you can see, I hit pan on Champagne and Gold, which was really exciting. But to be honest, I don't think I would have hit pan on these if I hadn't kind of changed my strategy. So what I've been doing is taking my Sigma E55 brush and kind of stabbing it vertically in at, you can kind of see the angle I go at too. I don't know why I go at that angle, but I just have been. And then kind of pressing down lightly. And I usually do that twice per eye if I'm going over my whole lid with the shade. So at the beginning of February, I was really using the Champagne and Gold shades a lot for the kind of layering them on top of each other to make them look like light bronze. And then once I hit pan, I wasn't demotivated to use them, but I kind of was like, oh, let's see if I can hit pan on something else. So then I kind of went for Slate. And you can see that Slate is starting to get that same kind of dip right there. And I've been doing the same thing, but I haven't quite gotten to the pan yet. So that's kind of my next target, I guess, is I want to hit pan on Slate. But yeah, so I am really pleased with my progress this month. I know that if I didn't hit pan this month, I would have probably been really unmotivated, but I'm glad that I did. But I also kind of feel like if I hadn't been doing that weird stabbing method of applying my eyeshadow, that I don't think I would have, and I think I would be really unmotivated. And so I'm really like starting to feel kind of skeptical that I'll be able to use up this entire palette this year, because, you know, I do have some good dips going and stuff, but I just don't feel like I'm like a sixth of the way there at all. So I'll just go through all the shades like briefly, not as long as last time, and because I've been doing the same looks basically as last time. So I'll link that video down below, like I said. But here is White, and I'm just using that as a brow bone highlight and sometimes an inner corner highlight. Then Cream, like the dip in this is really big. I feel like once I hit pan, it's gonna go really fast because the dip is like as big as the entire pan basically. Taupe I use almost every day in the crease, and there is a little bit of a dip right here. I'll do the same thing I did last time and kind of turn the camera around and get a closer look, but there's a very slight dip, but you kind of have to look at it at a certain way to see it. Light pink, again, a very, very slight dip. I had to pair that with slate. Mauve basically looks like I've never touched it, although I have been using it in the crease sometimes when I do light pink on my lid as a kind of a matte look, or even when I use slate and light pink I usually throw a little mauve in the crease. Sable, I've been trying to reach for that more. In January I don't think I used it very often, but I've been trying to remember every day to kind of put a little bit of sable in my outer V just to deepen it up, and there is a little bit of a dip right here. It's kind of hard to tell because my sable is really, really powdery. You know, as soon as I touch it, it explodes. I know a lot of people have been saying that about white and cream, but mine are pretty hard and they're packed in there, and I don't have that issue with those. Sable is really the only one I find that's really powdery out of all the mattes. Espresso is a little powdery, but I haven't really been using that. And then black, I've been trying to use over my liner sometimes when I remember, but I mean, that's not a step I usually do because I'm usually not using a gel, so I find that's just an extra step. I don't usually remember to do it, and I feel like it's kind of silly to put it over my liner when it's not something I need to do to set it, because then I feel like it's kind of like a waste. So I don't know, but I have used this in some smoky eyes that I've done. I've probably only done that like 3 times since I started this challenge, but I have done that a few times. And then nude, I haven't been reaching for too much, but I do put it in the inner corner sometimes. Then champagne and gold I've been using together, and I just kind of tap champagne out to get the glitter out. I know that if you use it wet, you can kind of keep the fallout from being too bad, but I found that I don't really like the glitter chunks on my eye, so I just prefer the tapping it off method. Then gold, we all know about that. Light bronze and pewter, again, I haven't really used those this month, maybe once or twice. I did use light bronze today, actually. And then garnet, I have been wearing that with slate a lot. I kind of put that look to the side. That was inspired by Faithers K, but I kind of rediscovered it in the last couple weeks, and I've really been liking that. So I'm going to kind of focus on that a little bit this month, I think. And then deep purple, I don't think I've ever used. Well, I have used it. I used it in December, I remember, but I haven't really used it since then, so that's the one I'm most nervous about probably in the whole palette. I would say these 3 right here are the ones I'm not sure if I will get through, but I'm actually not sure if I'll get through all of these in general, so I don't know. I've been watching other people's updates, and they seem to be going through it so fast, and I'm just not having that experience, so I'm kind of discouraged. Even though I have hit pan on 2, I just feel like, I don't know, like, I don't understand how some people are going through it so fast. Like, we all only have 2 eyes. And I feel like I have quite a bit of eye space. Like, my lids are pretty big, but, yeah, so I'm going to keep going. I'm not really bored of using the palette yet. So, I mean, that's good, but, I mean, it's kind of eye-opening to see just how long this is taking, even though it's one that people say goes faster than other ones. Like, I can't imagine using up a naked palette now, knowing how slowly this one is going. So, I don't know, I'm happy that I've hit pan on 2, but I'm not feeling super confident, I guess, that this will be gone. But, you know, it's only been 2 months, so, you know, there's a lot of time left, but I just don't know at the rate that I'm going if I'll be able to finish the whole thing. So, I guess we'll just have to see. I'm going to keep going at it. So for March, I really want to hit pan on slate. That's my main goal, I think. And I'd love to hit pan on cream as well. So that's kind of my 2 targets for the next update. So we will see if I meet those goals. I'll give you another kind of close-up. And yeah, so that's it for this update. Thank you so much for watching, and I will insert photos of last month and this month, and maybe even before I even started. So you will get a little bit of a better look there. And yeah, so thanks for watching, and I will see you guys later. Bye!